Hello, hello. Welcome to Arkadium's Daily Crossword Live. We are live on TikTok, on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. I see Emily saying hey. Hi to you, Emily, and Totally Not Eggly also saying hi. Jilly, welcome to you, one of our regulars. So glad to see you all here. This is the show where we solve one of Arkadium's crossword puzzles together. So my name is Jack. I will guide us through the puzzle, but these are always the most fun, the more collaborative they are. So if you see a clue and think you know the answer, pop it into chat, and I will try to collect everybody's input and make this a group solving effort. Hey, Miguel's here. Hey, hey. How y'all doing? And today I have a hard crossword loaded, as we've been doing. If you're new to crosswords and hard sounds intimidating to you, don't fret. I think you'll find that when we're all working together, we can actually make very good progress on these. Even beginners have a lot to contribute. AJ Bradley, good afternoon to you. All right, I am psyched to dive in to today's puzzle. And today, I always check the title first because it's a good hint at what the theme is going to be. So today's puzzle is called You Complete Me. You Complete Me, I guess a reference to the Jerry Maguire movie with Tom Cruise and Renee Zellweger. So we got You Complete Me. Let's keep that in view as we solve today. One across, Totally Not Eggly is already coming in with a guess, and Scav. So one across is repeated verb in Exodus 20. And everyone is saying shall. I'm guessing this is like referring to the commandments. Yeah, that is Shania saying shalt. And that makes a little more sense to me because, like, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not, covet thy neighbor's wife or whatever it is. So I feel like shalt makes a little better. Yeah, Jilly and Thiwu are all agreeing. So let's try this. We can even check the T first and see if it works out for us. Otherwise, we'll switch to an L over there. 5 down, fish commercially. Can we make sense of this 5 letters starting with a T? Luncharoni, thanks for liking the live. Jilly, thanks for liking the live. Michelle coming in with a good guess for 5 down. Fish commercially is to trawl. Yeah, thinking like those big nets that you trawl. You do trawl fishing. Yeah, a lot of people like trawl. Louis Chairs, Moldy Cheese says trade. I think trawl makes a little more sense for fish commercially. And that makes me feel good about the T in this corner slot. So I think we're actually off to a really good start here. 4 down, send in the clowns tempo. Send in the clowns tempo. Who knows their musical notation? 5 letters. We got it. Yeah, Scav is saying largo, which seems plausible for like a musical term. Totally Not Eggly says lento though. Shania says shalt not forget your Arkadium crossword. That's right. That should be the 11th commandment. Shall not forget that Arkadium's Daily Crossword Live. Yeah, I like Totally Not Eggly's guess of lento, which I feel like I've heard more. It means to play slowly, I think. In piano, you might have a little notation that says lento, as opposed to, say, like allegro, which means play in an upbeat manner. Carlos on YouTube, hi to you as well. Are you into crosswords? 14 across, we've got brewery product. Barbara McDowell guessing laugh. Were you guessing laugh for 4 down, send in the clowns tempo? Not sure. Ooh, but we have 2 good guesses actually for brewery product. Est is guessing lager, and Scav is guessing. Scav is guessing cider. That's right. Scav is guessing cider. So it really could be either. And I'm looking at the crosses to see if any of them look more plausible than another. But actually, all the crosses look like they could work. So maybe we leave this blank for now. I guess with a brewery, I think of beer before cider, but it really could be cider. All right. Yeah, both work. Amy Gal's saying both work. So let's move on. Should we do it down, or should we see what this NA is all about? Court selection after Sonia. What do we think? Est is like it's lager 100%. Louis Chair's lager is a beer. Yeah, I am partial to lager for the record, but we have some votes for cider, and cider is not. It is a totally plausible answer. Danique, thanks for liking the live. So who do we have here? Court selection after Sonia. Who are we talking about? Yeah, Shania knows this one. Elena. So this is talking about Sonia Sotomayor, who's a Supreme Court justice, and I guess Elena Kagan was appointed right after her. I think Obama appointed both of them. But yeah, when we had court selection and Sonia, I knew we were talking Supreme Court and first names only. Yeah. Est is all caps today. Yeah, it's Elena. All right. Pretty smooth so far. Pretty smooth. One down, wall busting tool. Wall busting tool. Has anyone been to those rooms where they let you destroy things? They give you like tools to break televisions and glass tables and stuff, and that's like part of the fun. I was considering doing one this year, and I haven't gotten to it yet. They look like a good way to. They look cathartic. Moldy Cheese and Scav and Totally Not Eggly are all saying sledge, which I like. Barbara McDowell on Facebook also saying sledge. Yeah, like a sledgehammer is a wall-busting tool. Looks great. A rage room. Yeah, Eli said it's a rage room. You've done it, Eli? They look fun. And I'm not like a violent, aggressive person. It's just, there's something cool about tossing a sledgehammer through a television. Should we do a group trip after this? Dennis, hi to you on YouTube. Okay, actually, by the way, we just sorted our debate between lager and cider. If sledge is correct, then this is looking like lager. So credit to all of you who are insisting on lager. Two down, auras of sanctity. Auras of sanctity. Huh. Okay. Eli's like, yeah, you destroy everything. Man, now I really want to go. Do they give you multiple tools? Is it mostly a sledgehammer, or do you have other devices? A flamethrower? Auras of sanctity. Yeah, drink fake Coke and Warthog like halos. Which looks good. Normal, I would spell halos like this. I'm guessing they're both correct, but I feel like I am more likely to spell halos without the E. But fair enough. My dad was actually just telling me a story about how he lost his 5th grade spelling bee contest because the final word was mosquitoes, and he spelled it with TOS at the end, and he was eliminated because the correct spelling was TOES for mosquitoes. And then he looked it up, and it turns out they're both valid spellings. So he was robbed of a trophy for this very issue. Yeah, Amy Gal agrees. Halos looks a little weird. Oh, Shania pointing out baseball bats work in the rage room as well. Yeah, baseball bats, that would be a good. Okay, we have catalysts at 3 down. Carlos, you have to go so soon? You just got here. Stick around. Catalysts. Yeah, agents. AJ and Amy and Est and Larry are all saying agents. Nice one. Not the easiest clue. I guess it's like agents of change. Not the easiest clue. And what was this one? 27 across. Toaster's center. Wow, that is a beast of a clue. Wow, we didn't even get to that. Toaster's center. And the joke is that it's the word toaster has an S in the middle of it. Those types of clues are always tough. Shania says the mosquitoes are so bad this year, I'm already a buffet. Oh, poor Shania. I was getting bitten last night too. All right, cool. Very smooth first corner today. Not our usual. I feel like the first corner we often struggle. 20 across, likely our first theme answer. Blank me. And it's in quotes. So it's some conversational quote for blank me. And this actually works with our title. Remember, the title of the puzzle today is You Complete Me. So I guess we're completing a phrase that has the word me in it. Maybe that's the idea. Oh, people have really good guesses. Everyone agrees, actually. Pork and Amy Gal and Scav and Shania all saying, don't worry about me. Oops, not that. Don't worry. Ah, that fits. Nice job. You saw that just from the don't? I guess we have the W. Don't worry about me. All right, nice. I wonder if we're going to get a bunch of me phrases today. Yeah, that's what Scav is predicting. Oh, Barbara says, "Don't want to be me." that's kind of a sad one, and it doesn't quite fit. So let's stick with "Don't worry about me" for now and see how we do with the crosses. Become tiresome at 23 across. Yeah, that looks like get old. Shania is saying it's like get old, like a joke becomes tiresome. It gets old. Sweet. New pastures here. 6 down. Dictionary notation. Dictionary notation. What do we think? 4 letters ending in an R. Not immediately obvious, is it? We could also look at 7 down, maybe? See if that tie up as a tug. Oh, am I frozen? I'm seeing TikTok freeze. Or maybe just people don't know. Okay. I was worried because TikTok just dried up suddenly, and I was worried that it was frozen like it happened a couple days ago. But Amy Gal just sent me a shrug emoji. Scav and Shania have good guesses, though, and Sybil as well. Abbreviation. ABBR. Dictionary notation means that the word is abbreviated. It's very plausible. Tie up as a tug. Barbara guessed star for dictionary notation. Do you mean like an asterisk? Trying to make sense of star at 6 down. Amy Gal and Drink Fake Coke and Larry and Scav all like more for tie up as a tug, like a tugboat. You moor your boat to the dock. Looking good. 6 across. Both to begin with. Both to begin with. What's the story there? Not sure. Both to begin with, and then we might as well look at 15 as well. Windfall. Windfall. Scav and Shania have some good guesses. And AJ. Yeah, everyone's agreeing that ambi, like the prefix, like for ambidextrous, means that you can write equally well with both hands. Ambivalent means you're torn between both options. So to begin with was actually a little hint that we're dealing with a prefix. Oh, Shania says ambivert, meaning you're both an intro and an extrovert. Interesting. How does that work? Hello, Ciara. Welcome to you. You like crosswords? Windfall. I think some people guessed, yeah. Amy and AJ both guessed boon for windfall. That's nice. Yeah, boon is like a sudden blessing, as is a windfall. Wardog says Ambien. Do you think Ambien is named that for some prefix reason? Ciara does like crosswords. Well, you came to the right place. We're here every day, same time at noon. We solve crosswords here from Arkadium.com, and they're always great. Shania says, I'm a major introvert, so Arkadium crosswords are a happy place. Oh, that's nice. Very nice. Yeah, I feel like this is a good place to have community without putting yourself out there too much. You just chime in when you're ready. Jilly comes in with the all caps exclamations, booyah, I rule, exclamation, booyah. Yeah, Barbara's saying booyah on Facebook as well. Ciara says, can I follow you? Yes, you absolutely can. Please follow us. Everyone should follow us. Follow Arkadium wherever you're watching. Like the live, share the live. It really helps us get our name out there, continue the show, and it helps you find us next time we're going live because we do this every day and you don't want to have to be searching, what was the name of that again? Just follow us and we'll be in your follow list. Oh, Shania says that she applied for a job last night. That's a stressful time. And Drink Fake Coke says, good luck, they deserve you. That's nice. Okay. New Marine. Do we know this? Sybil and Lucky know this, and Jilly. Boot. Boot. Yeah, I think this is a reference to boot camp. I don't know exactly, not up on my Marine slang, but this seems right. Debvox likes boot as well. New Marine. So it's kind of like a new fish or a young... What exactly is boot? Arkadium coming in with the emojis. We got 2 boot emojis. None the worse for wear at 9 down. None the worse for wear. Drink Fake Coke was fast on that one. Intact. Yeah. If you're intact, you're not worse for wear. Looking good. AJ says it's a nickname for new recruits fresh from boot camp. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Excellent. 24 across. Excellent. Yeah, Amy Gal and Lucky and Louis Chairs all saying ace. You guys are acing this puzzle. We are flying. We are really flying here. Come on, help me out. Come on, Chad, help me out with 22 down. Come on, Barbara. Yeah, Scab. Okay, we have 2 solid guesses. Scab says, be a bro. Most other people, Jessica and Julie and Amy, are saying, be a pal. Oh, Sybil says, be nice. Interesting. AJ Bradley says, Scab and Drink Fake Coke are so smart. I know, it's really true. They're always impressing me as well. But honestly, everyone in Arkadium's Daily Crossword Live chat tends to be quite smart. Let's try be a pal. It feels the most natural to me. Come on, be a pal. Help me out. Larry, thanks for all those hearts. Thank you. Be a pal. All right, let's do this little corner up here. Spanish equivalent of 49 across. Ooh, should we look at 49 across? Might as well. 49 across is a sound of bafflement. Sound of bafflement, and we are, what? We're doing this in Spanish? I might need more for this. Barbara has a vote on Facebook for be a pal as well, so we're going to stick with that for now. Drink Fake Coke is saying we're all in this together. That's what I love to hear. Okay, so we do actually have some guesses for this. We have multiple guesses. Okay, so the sound of bafflement, I think it was Scav, as usual. George is like, cool guy. George always calls me cool guy. It makes me laugh every time. People in my life have not typically called me cool guy. That's a nickname I will gladly wear. Sound of bafflement, huh? Huh? Although Gana-san on YouTube is saying, as is Barbara McDowell on Facebook. So maybe we just don't know. Maybe we need some crosses for this. We are getting guesses for 10 down. Luncharoni's typing all in Spanish now, but none of them fit is the problem. K doesn't fit. I doesn't fit. Louis Chair says como, which does fit. Yeah, and AJ's like, Como's good. Actually, Como is good, because that is, George says, wear it like a badge of honor, pal. Only few are worthy. Oh, well, I'm so honored to be a cool guy in the eyes of George. Thank you, George. Yeah, so, Lay was like, I read the sound of bafflement and was like, huh? Yes, okay, so let's try this then. User 255 says, I love your live so much. I'm listening from a cemetery with my family so I don't miss it. Oh my God. Thank you. I hope the cemetery visit is not for sad reasons. AJ Bradley also saying 49 could be how. Yeah, sound of bafflement, like how. That's a good point. Really good point. Because como, okay, so como in Spanish, my understanding from my Spanish education is that como literally does translate to how. Like como estás, how are you doing? But I think you can also use it to be like como? Like, what now? You know, say that again? Is this, are other Spanish students agreeing with me here? Any Spanish speakers in chat? Let's just see if Como works out for us, and we'll leave 49 across as is for now. Luncharoni's like, C. Luncharoni seems very fluent. It's north of Jamaica. Can we make sense of this? Yeah, Kristen. Rob Gonzalez is like, muy bien. That's what I like to hear. Luncharoni says, yo hablo un poco español. That sounds like more than un poco. Jilly, Larry, Shania, everyone's saying Cuba. Cuba is north of Jamaica. Yeah, that works beautifully, which gives me a lot more confidence in Como. So I'm feeling good about this. And we're getting Cuban flags in chat, which I always love. 16 across. What 11 is made of? What 11 is made of? Oh, Louis says, I've been to Jamaica. Nice. Was that a good time? What do we think? What 11 is made of? Lay, nice one. And Lahala Cove Michael and Kristen and Addie all saying ones. Yeah. Not actually a very straightforward clue. 11 is made up of literally 2 ones, so I take their point. Louis Chair says that Jamaica was so fun, so green. Nice. I could. Let's do the Rage Room first as a group, and then we'll all go to Jamaica together. Dennis on YouTube also had ones, as did Barbara McDowell on Facebook. Nice work, guys. Beast in a pack. Beast in a pack. Scab is just putting the one letter. Doesn't want to spell it out. Sometimes TikTok censors certain words. But this isn't a curse, it's a donkey, all right? Beast of burden. Shadai's like, a rage room in Jamaica, though. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're merging all our interests. Let's all... Can you pack... Will TSA let sledgehammers through the gates? Let's all pack our baseball bats. Many Wall Street hires at 19 across. Yeah, Shania spelling ass with $2 signs. Many Wall Street hires. Yeah, P-Bird. Lay, thank you for that heart. Thank you so much. Oh, and Jilly sent a donkey emoji, which is a very clever way to get around TikTok censorship. Okay. Many Wall Street hires. Barbara on Facebook writes men's, which I guess there are a lot of men working on Wall Street, but I think Copeland on TikTok is guessing MBAs, which I think is a little more accurate. And MBAs is abbreviated, but Wall Street in the clue is abbreviated. So there's a little hint that the answer was probably going to be abbreviated as well. Nice work. Should we do some downs? Let's do some downs. Prepare to leave a plane. Prepare to leave a plane. What are we thinking here? AJ's guessing unburden. Prepare to leave a plane? Yeah, Arkadium saying everyone's on a roll today. It's so true. You guys are crushing it. I don't quite get unburden for prepare to leave a plane. AJ now self-correcting says unbuckle. That works a little better because you're unbuckling a seatbelt. It's kind of specific. Sybil's like unburdened by what has been. You've arrived at your destination. Barbara says unboarded. Yeah, but it doesn't work with the U that we have. Let's try unbuckle, see if we can make sense of it. Garadex, thanks so much for following us. And Benjamin's mom, thanks for liking the live. Okay, I think I flashed this clue on screen for a second. Heart of an HP. Heart of an HP. What is this talking about? Amy Gal likes unbuckle. That's good enough for me. If Amy Gal likes it, it's probably right. And Benjamin's mom giving the airplane emojis. Yeah, CPU. CPU is central processing unit, the heart of a computer, and an HP is a type of computer. So I'm feeling good about that. And at 12 down, we have a lyrical colleague of Kerouac. So this is likely referring to Jack Kerouac, who wrote On the Road. And I already see in the letters that we have, things are making sense, because Kerouac was part of, they're called like the Beat Generation, these writers. And yeah, Drink Fake Coke says, beat poet. Benjamin's mom is just always writing Jack in all caps. Yeah, I'm Jack, not Jack Kerouac, but Jack comes up a lot in these crosswords. Yeah, beat poet looks great. It's a good entry too. Est points out that beat Nick also works. Beat Nick like this. True. Although that wouldn't work with CPU, and we were very happy with CPU. Yeah, Lay pointing out Allen Ginsberg and Jack Kerouac. They're the beat writers. So a lyrical colleague of Jack Kerouac. I think beat poet works perfectly. Lay also pointing out that beat Nick doesn't actually work because that would be spelled without the C, just like this. Thanks for clarifying it all. Beatnik. I mean Lay. Okay. Beat poet. Cool. 31 across. Append. Copeland, yeah, Beatnik from the 1960s. Yeah, I think some of these guys were writing in the 50s too. Yeah, Warthog also came in with the right spelling of beatnik, so that couldn't have worked. Garadex and Louis Chairs and Est are all saying tack on. Yeah, if you append something, you tack it on to the end. That seems right. Counteract. Counteract at 26 down. And what do we have at 36? Turned dim. Turned dim. Debvox and a bunch of other people. Wow. Libby and The One and Genie all coming in with undo. Yeah, if you counteract something, you undo it. Kind of Command Z. D-Rub says, I'm quick, but I'm often wrong. I think if it's a typo or autocorrect messed you up, then you still get full marks. Turned dim looks like paled, yeah. Larry Locke, The One, and Jilly all wrote paled. Literally go pale, turn dim. And Dennis on YouTube also liked undo. Yeah, counteract. Everything's working out, guys. Lay is like, we all do that. We all type quickly and sometimes get things wrong. That's the point. There's no shame in getting something wrong. Just guess what you think it might be. Smartphone features, 32 down. A lot of people saying call, but I'm a little troubled by this guess because smartphone features is plural and call is singular, and there's usually agreement there. Yeah, AJ pointing out the same thing. So I am a little troubled by this guess. Melissa Bogle and Gage Taylor are coming in with cams. I like it because it's plural, and I like it because smartphones do have cameras. Lucky's like, does anyone use their smartphone for calls these days? It's so true. If I get a call on my cell phone, it's like, what are you doing? You might as well be like just coming to my front door and knocking on it. It's so intrusive. Text me. Scav is like, nah, text only. Yeah, exactly. All right, let's see if cams works with the crosses. So I think, yeah, oh, okay. This is our second themer of the day. Remember our first one, the title of the puzzle, to remind anyone who is just joining us, You Complete Me. And it's looking like we're completing phrases with the word me in them. So our first one was, don't worry about me. And our second one, now we have a blank me, and we don't have an exclamation in this one. We had an exclamation here, but no exclamation here. So what do we think? Ooh, Scav and Drink Fake Coke have lovely guesses. Shania too. You guys are good. You guys are really good. They're guessing it's all the same. Wow, it fits. Kudos. Well done, guys. Jilly had it too. I'm very impressed. Melissa Bogle says, an idea came to me. I really like that too. An idea came to me. Let's try it. An idea. Yeah, it's just not, it's not enough. Garredex is like, wow, whoever got that, very impressive. I know. It's all the same to me. It's a hard theme because you get so little information. But I guess the likes of Scav and Jillian others don't need a lot of information. Yeah, the one is trying to make the idea one work. An idea had came to me. Let's stick with this for now and see if the crosses work out in our favor. Oh, Warthog says an idea just came to me. It's true. These really could work. Like, I'm not 100% on it's all the same to me. But with that being said, Libby is telling me that Odell is the author of Island of the Blue Dolphins. Shania even says Scott Odell. So I'll admit I'm unfamiliar with this author, but a lot of people on TikTok, Piper is coming in with Odell, a lot of people saying Odell. So I trust chat, and it works nicely with the L that we already have in place. Should we check another letter? Maybe we'll check the T. Jimmy's late night successor. Jimmy's late night successor. Okay. So we're talking talk shows. Late night is I always some one's the Late Show, one's but the problem is there's Jimmy Fallon and there's Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah, but I think either way, Ashley and Libby and Melissa Bogle all saying Seth Meyers. That's got to be right. Yeah, Scav is like, I mix up all the late night people. Me too, but Seth Meyers is the only one that fits that I can think of. Lunchroni's like the case of the two Jimmys. Yeah. Dysentery Gary's like, hey to you as well. And user 39 shared the live. Thanks for sharing. Barbara McDowell on Facebook also likes Seth. Yeah, so I'm guessing that Seth Meyers took over for Jimmy Fallon, I believe. And Jimmy Fallon maybe was bumped an hour. I think that works. Sean, thanks for following us. Thanks a lot. Okay. 28 across, proposal number. And number is abbreviated, so our answer is likely abbreviated. Sean, thanks for the heart as well. A follow and a heart. What did I do to deserve that? And Dysentery Gary, which is an awesome username, writes est. A proposal number, I guess, is an estimate? Interesting. Like I'm just proposing this? Libby, thank you for following us. I'm assuming it's Libby, although I don't see an I in your username. Let me know if I'm mispronouncing that. Yeah, Barbara on Facebook likes est for proposal number. I like est. Let's run with it. Estimate, yeah. Okay. 30 down. It's west of Carson City. Vidart on YouTube, also coming in with est. Oh, it's Ibby. I'm sorry. I don't know why it looked like a capital L. Ibby. Okay, I'll try to remember that. And Jilly's coming in with some late night history. Jimmy Fallon took over for Jay Leno on The Tonight Show. So we got two Jimmys and a Jay. I was always partial to Conan. Barbara says that it's Tahoe is west of Carson City. Yeah, that looks nice. I think Carson City is a city in Nevada, and Tahoe, I believe, is right on the border of Nevada and California. So I think Lake Tahoe is a great guess for this. Shania says Tahoe literally was in the crossword clue from yesterday. Yeah, it happens. There's only so many words in the language, so sometimes we get these repeats. Scav is like Tahoe conspiracy. What's that? What's the Tahoe conspiracy? Oh, yeah. Washington suburb, 33 across. I'm not even sure if they're talking about Washington, D.C. or Washington State. Anyone think they know this? Yeah, Larry confirming Seth's show comes on after Jimmy's. So I think Seth succeeded Jimmy, but actually Jimmy got a better time slot, is my guess. Shania is also writing Tahoe Conspiracy. What is Tahoe Conspiracy? Okay, but I'm getting shrugs on the Washington suburb. So why don't we do 35 down instead? Actually, no, we'll do 35 down. But I do want to point out that It's All the Same to Me is looking really good with our crosses so far. Odell, Seth, and Tahoe all work out. So I think we're right. Ends up with at 35 down. Warthog says McLean, and Beth says McLean. Is McLean the Washington suburb? Oh, are we talking DC or Washington State? Fits nicely. Sounds like a name. Ends up with. Ooh, Scott Alexander wrote gets, which does, gets like this, which does fit very nicely. You end up with something, you get it. Oh, Shania says some people believe that Marilyn Monroe exited Earth at a Lake Tahoe resort, and that's the Tahoe conspiracy. Wow. So there's a whole conspiracy around Marilyn Monroe's death at Tahoe? I had no idea. Ends up with Little Miss Sunshine and Jeannie write nets. Yeah, it's interesting that gets and nets kind of both work for this. But nets is like your bottom line. What did you net? Arkadium's like, Shania has a new fun fact every day. It's very true. Yeah, nets is looking very promising. Net gain, as Larry points out. Barbara likes nets on Facebook. Jilly's like, nets is like what you net after taxes. Right, exactly. Okay, we are more than halfway through. TripAdvisor listings at 42 across. This could only be one thing. DevVox saying hotels. I feel good about that. Let's continue our left to right pattern. 41 across, this and that. And Jessica putting hotels emojis in. It's reminding me of Monopoly, trying to collect all those hotels. Take rent from your little sibling until they're bankrupt. Monopoly's a vicious game. This and that. Louis Chairs likes these, and Sybil likes those. So maybe we will compromise. Compromise with a blank. This and that. These, those. This makes me think these is a little more precise, but we'll find out. Yeah, that's Scott's vote. It's these. Strong inclination at 37 down. Yeah, Scav also votes for these. All right, Ibby, not Libby, Ibby says itch. Itch for 30. A strong inclination is an itch, yeah. Exactly. Ready for freighting. That's a strange. I don't normally use freighting in this way. What are we thinking? Ready for freighting. Can we make sense of this? Gage Taylor says cargoes. Yeah, I feel like something like, oh, and I see. Maverick says cased. It's ready for freighting. Yeah. Marissa, I like Marissa's answer, and a bunch of other people have said this as well. Ptolemy. Crated. Wow. Crated means like it's in crates, it's ready to go, ready for freighting. What a word. And we hadn't even looked at the clue here, but a self-support is amassed, so good sanity check. Things are working out. Marissa, thanks for following us. Wu-Tang likes crated, so I like crated. Voice of King Harold in Shrek 2. Wow, Kristen knows this one, and Garrett X is guessing. jinx between you guys, both saying Cleese. Yeah, John Cleese. I did not know that John Cleese voiced a king in Shrek 2. Cleese was recently in our puzzle, clued via Monty Python, a member of the Monty Python sketch group. But who knew that he had a speaking role in Shrek 2? All right, let's do some long downs over here. Rocket power source. Yeah, Dysentery Gary says, what is Cleese? John Cleese, Monty Python, like Monty Python and the Holy Grail? They were a very popular sketch comedy group, and John Cleese was one of the members. Drink Fake Coke says, fun fact, John Cleese's father changed his name from Cheese. No way. No way, that's true. That's too wacky. Barbara McDowell on Facebook has a really good guess for rocket power source, a thruster. Like a thruster gives power to the rocket. Very nice. John Cheese? No way. Luncharoni says he also starred in A Fish Called Wanda. I didn't know that. Cam, thank you for liking the live. Long-snouted swimmer. Ah, yes. Oh, Louis Chair is pointing out, well, from ages ago, we looked at 49 Across, Sound of Bafflement, and I remember 10 Down was the Spanish equivalent of 49 Across. So I think a lot of people wanted huh for the Sound of Bafflement, and como was the Spanish equivalent. And now with our thruster and our itch, huh is looking more likely than ever. And Sybil writes that the long-snouted swimmer is a seahorse, and points out that settles the these-those debate. It was these, after all, which I think works better. This, and these. I guess it could have been those, but it was these this time. Nice. All right, what else do we got? Actually, let's look at 55 Across. Our last themer, it looks like. Blank me, and this one has an ellipse, so this is interesting. We have blank me's with all different punctuations. One has an exclamation, one has nothing, and one has an ellipsis. I sort of like how I feel like this puzzle is showcasing that just a small change in your punctuation can completely change what's appropriate to fill these in with. Dysentery Gary asks what the theme is. I mean, the title of the puzzle is You Complete Me. And all of the theme answers are blank me in quotes. Cam, thank you for following us. Do consider following if you're not already following us. We do this every day. Following helps us grow the show, and it helps you find us next time we're streaming, because you don't want to miss these. So we got Don't Worry About Me. Don't worry about me with an exclamation. It's all the same to me with no punctuation. And now we have an ellipsis. So some kind of... I feel like they're missing a question mark. There should be a blank me. What do we think? Yeah, Louis Chairs is guessing some. Somebody loves me, says Sybil. Yeah, maybe we don't have enough for this one. I like some. We'll get some more crosses. Why don't we crush this section? Someday You Will. 2000 Subway Series team. I remember watching the Subway Series, being from the New York area. Yeah, it'd be quick. A lot of people know this one. Kirk G, Scott Alexander, right? The Mets. Yeah, the Mets versus the Yankees. Back then, I was pretending I was into baseball. It was exciting if you were in this area. 59 Across, verb-like exister. Yeah, the New York Mets, Shania. Are you a Mets fan? Are there baseball fans in chat? Yeah, Shania and Drink Fake Coke are writing. This is French for to be, I believe. So it's like my French pronunciations are terrible, so I'm reluctant to do it. I already spoke Spanish on stream today. We'll leave this unspoken. Org with a water sense program. Almost done with this little section here. Org with a water sense program. And that's crossing irritant and destructive Olympian. Shania's like, I want to dance with somebody that loves me. So we think somebody who loves me, is that the idea? Somebody who? Or somebody to love me? A lot of people on TikTok are saying this. Let's get a couple crosses. Somebody to love me. Amy Gal says something about me. Okay, but let's one thing at a time. Okay, this section, Ibby is coming in with all of them. A pest is an irritant. Ares is a destructive Olympian. Ares, god of war, would probably do great in a rage room. And EPA, org with a water sense program. Yeah. The EPA, Environmental Protection Agency. Everything is checking out. So let's carry on. We'll chip away at 55 across, one letter at a time. Certain bore or bear. S blank blank. Certain bore or bear. What's that going to be? Shania's like, Aries at a rage room in Jamaica with a baseball bat. Exactly. Yeah, a sow. I know a sow is like a female pig or boar. I don't use it as often for a bear. Many a startup at 44 down. Many a startup. Dysentery Gary coming in with the pig emoji. Barbara likes someone's going to love me. Everyone's going the love route. Do we have unanimity on 55 across? I'm not sensing it in chat. People chiming in great ideas, but I don't know if everyone is agreeing with each other. Many a startup, kind of a hard one. Scott guesses donate. Many a startup. Not sure I understand that. Let's check the W then. Trounce in a competition. Trounce in a competition. Suddenly in a sometimes it's me, guesses Maverick. Suddenly a hard section, huh? Yeah, user 178 says whoop. I kind of like that. Scav guesses wreck. All right, let's try this. End of some sonatas. AJRX, thanks for liking the live. Ooh, Shania has a really good guess for many a startup is a .com. Yeah. Oh, that works. Yeah, .com startup. I like it. Although this double O is a little strange. Divine sign. Divine sign. And the MP is strange too. Org that previews films. Okay, this actually isn't strange. This works. Dead Fox says coda. Yeah, end of some sonatas is a coda. That's like a musical ending. Very nice. And divine sign. Scott and user 178 saying omen. So maybe the womp? Is it womp? Wow. That's a word I don't use often. Womp. Everyone's like womp putting question womp question mark. I kind of want to start using this word trounce in competition. Womp. We're womping this crossword right now. Yes. Shania comes in with Motion Picture Association of America's MPAA. I think they assign the film rating, so they'll tell you if something's rated R. Yeah, Kirk G knew MPAA, and David did as well. MPAA. Miranda Furl. Ooh, has a beautiful guess. Miranda, I think I like your guess best of all the ones. Something And it fits. Something tells me, you know what I like about this? It works with the ellipsis. You know, there's an implied more to come. Something tells me. I think Miranda cracked it. Oh, I could be wrong. Miranda could be wrong, but I'm digging. Miranda likes the live. Do we like Miranda's guess? Yeah, because the ellipsis, exactly. Something tells me. And we didn't even look at 58 down. Family nickname. Checks out. Nana. All right, I'm excited to check these crosses. See if they work. Garrett X is like, I don't know how you guys have the vision for those long clues, but congrats. It is impressive. There's such little information. I really feel like this theme needed a question mark one, though, because the whole thing is that little punctuation changes can completely change what's appropriate to fill in these blanks with. Bonus points to anyone who comes up with the best question mark phrase. So you're telling me? Who, little old me? Former baseball commissioner Scott and Ibby are saying Selig. Yeah, Bennett writes Bud. It's Bud Selig is the former baseball commissioner. And that gives us YMCA class was ESL. Yeah, English as a second language. Sometimes you take those classes at the YMCA. That looks good. AJ says, are you kidding me? I love that one. That's better than mine. Shania says, who's afraid of little old me? And then she says, you should be. That's great. Don't you feel like we needed one more with a question mark? I guess always leave them wanting more. They're debatable. 52 across. We only have one section left. One section left in this crossword. 53 down. Census collections. Ooh, I like Kinder Mouse says, you talking to me? That's a good one. You talking to me? Missed opportunities. These are great. Shania says, what's not to love about me? Andrew G says, issues. Yeah, they're debatable. You debate issues. I like that. It's a good clue. And Melissa Bogle says that census collections are stats. Yeah, statistics. The census is all about doing statistics on the population. Shania says, do you think you can impress me? Well, Shania, you impress me every day. Banded stone at 61 across, and 54 is move smoothly to what's next. Move smoothly to what's next. Wow, we have a bunch of different guesses for the banded stone. We got azure, we got agave, which I don't think is a stone. Agave is a plant. And we have agate, or agate? Agate. This one is definitely a stone. Shania says, thank you, Jack. My middle name is Rose, ironically. Ah, Jack and Rose. Star-crossed Titanic. Move smoothly to what's next. Yeah, Garadex writes segue. And moving smoothly on. Danny's like segue 100%. AJRX says, what's the time where you are? I'm on the east coast of the US, so it's we start this at noon Eastern time, so it's pushing 1 now. How about you? Where are you? Playlist makeup. Kirk G and Larry Locke says tunes. Kinder Mouse, thanks for following us. Adam's Apple likes tunes as well. Yeah, playlist makeup, tunes. Emmy, thank you for following us. Pelican State School. Arkadium is about to cross 30,000 followers on TikTok, which is a big milestone for us. So if you want to contribute to that, doesn't cost you much, just a button click, and it'll really help us, and it'll remind you of the Daily Crossword Live. Pelican State School, yeah, Jessica and AJ are writing Tulane. Jilly, Tulane is in Louisiana, so I guess Louisiana is the Pelican State. I wouldn't have been able to tell you that out of nowhere. All right, we are really coming in to the end here. Unfulfilled as yet, for short. crossing ready to fly in a way. Ready to fly in a way. What's that one? I am seeing guesses for unfulfilled as yet. Yeah, the problem is that TBA and TBD both always work for this kind of clue. You sort of put them both in as a placeholder in a schedule, like to be announced. I guess the A works better with the downs. TBD looks pretty unlikely DSS. So let's put TBA in. User 178 says, belted, ready to fly in a way is belted. This is very similar, remarkably similar to prepare to leave a plane is to unbuckle. So it's all about, apparently flying is all about your seatbelt. Prepare to leave a plane, you unbuckle, and ready to fly, you're belted. All right. All right, one letter left in our You Complete Me crossword. Put a value on, crossing earliest stages. Yeah, this is looking like it's going to be an S. Shania just puts the S in. Larry Locke saying seeds. Melissa Bogle saying seeds. Scott Alexander saying seeds. Earliest stages are the seeds of an idea, the germ, and you put a value on, you assess something. Who's giving me the drum roll? See if we get that confetti today. Shania got me with the drum roll. Here we go. Putting the S in. Yes, nice work. Well done, everybody. This was very fun. I have so much fun solving these crosswords with you guys. And this was an interesting one. All different phrases with me. Don't worry about me. It's all the same to me. And something tells me, and I think there was a missed opportunity with you talking to me. Thank you so much for watching. Please join us tomorrow. We do this every day. May will be hosting tomorrow, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific time. In the meantime, do check out Arkadium.com. They got lots of awesome crosswords like this one and tons of other games as well. Follow us if you don't already. It really helps us and it helps you. So I really hope that you all enjoy the rest of your day. And thank you so much for joining me. Bye, everybody.